welcome to another vlog of Gin Nut and Travelling Coffee Cup. Today's vlog, I'm going to take a trip on the London transport system to try and visit every ground that you can get to on the London Transport Network. And I thought I'd start off at the red side of North London, Arsenal. Hope you can join me. And anyone who's watched Arsenal over the past 20 years will definitely know who this is. Thierry Henry. With Celebration Corner behind him. And then just around the corner from Mr. Henry is arguably one of the greatest Dutch players to ever grace the Premier League, Dennis Bergkamp. And if you ever come to the Emirates, you'll notice that there's players on the outside. Another interesting fact about Arsenal is they are currently the only Premier League team to go a whole season undefeated, which means they actually have possession of a gold Premier League trophy. One of the last busts outside Arsenal, or statues, is Mr. Tony Adams. And if you just look over there, he's actually on the stadium, as is Thierry Henry. Dennis Bergkamp is over on the other side. I'm looking at the club. There's a bust of Herbert Chapman, known by most Arsenal fans as Mr. Arsenal. Now, before I show you this next one, look at the gun on that badge. It faces a certain way. But on other Arsenal badges, it faces the opposite way. That's the badge that I remember the most, but this is the one that's a bit more current. Did they just get it wrong and leave it? Or was that done deliberately? So this is one of Arsenal's club shops. The other one, the Armoury, is on the far side of the stadium. Now, Arsenal's ground wasn't always the Emirates. It was somewhere that Arsenal fans love an awful lot more than the Emirates. They were originally in there. As you can see, Arsenal Stadium on the side, known by most football fans as Highbury, which has now become a residential and gym facility. And it is just literally round the corner from the Emirates. So, that's Arsenal done. Now on to the next one. Now, as we make our way to Spurs, we're going to get on the underground and then the overground. Now, to get on the underground at the Emirates or Highbury, you come to this station that was actually renamed after the club that plays near the underground station. The underground station's name? Arsenal. Now, I know Watford also have a station named, well, a station in Watford, but that was not named because of the football club. That was named because of the town that football club is in. Now, travel around London can be quite expensive, which is why I've got one of these, an Oyster card. They're quite easy to get. You just go on TfL's website and then pick up an Oyster card. And I'm going to put you through the way that I top it up and also put money on it. So, pop the Oyster card onto there. Tells you what the balance is, gives you a way to top up. Put card or notes into there. Then you tap it again. And when you come to the gates, just tap it on there. So once you've got on there, and it lets you in. And Arsenal's station has this. Now, why on earth would Arsenal station need this? Well, it's to actually help the flow of foot traffic when there's a match day. Normal people on one side, football fans on the other. Then right at the end of the platform at Arsenal Station, And here's the old name for Arsenal Station, Gillespie Road. For the first time on the travel channel, we're going to get on the London Overground service up to White Hart Lane. Now, we're at London's newest football stadium, home of Tottenham Hotspur. Currently known as the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Hosts its first full season of Premier League games this current season. The last game of the season is tomorrow. And it is pretty impressive. And as you can see, there's the Golden Cock. That is generally the name, I'm not making it up. That's actually on top of the stadium. It's bigger than the one that was on the original stadium. And it has basically a small divot in it, which is done by Paul Gascoigne, who actually shot a pellet gun at the Golden Cockerel on the old White Hart Lane. So when they built the stadium on White Hart Lane again, the designer basically put the same thing on the new one. Now, I saw a game at the old White Hart Lane. I've not seen one here yet, but I think it's going to be quite an impressive sight when I do get to see one. So we've just been to the Emirates and the White Hart Lane Stadium, or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as it's known. So let's go and see stadiums in other parts of London. So you get one overground service to White Hart Lane, go through there, through the exit, and White Hart Lane Stadium is literally just over there. So it is really, really close. And they've actually got special staircases just for when there's an event on. I mean, it's not as... the station's not as big as Arsenal's, but again, all those thousands of fans getting on these trains. So, just stopped off at Hackney Downs to switch to overground trains. Just got a hot chocolate from here. Really, really nice. So, from the amazing bowl-shaped stadiums of Arsenal and Tottenham to a more simplistic stadium, home to one-time Football League residents Leyton Orient. However, recent history has not been kind to them, and they're currently in non-league. Now, their claim to fame was they were previously owned by Barry Hearn. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that owns the World Snooker, basically, and his son, Eddie Hearn, is Anthony Joshua's manager slash promoter. Hopefully one day Leyton Orient will be back in the big time. Now, the team we're going to next moved from their old historic ground to a newer build. However, the newer build stadium is closer to Leyton Orient than it was to the current residents of this stadium. And when that stadium came up for tenancy, there was quite a war over it. There it is, the Olympic Stadium, part of the Olympic Park, with the aquatic centre and the helter-skelter next to it. And you can actually pay to go to the top of that and then slide all the way down. But we're not here for the aquatic centre and the helter-skelter. We're here for its centrepiece, the creme de la creme of the Olympic Park. Now, as you can see on top of that stadium, it quite clearly says West Ham United Football Club. But West Ham weren't the closest team, or weren't the only team, should I say, that wanted that stadium. That it was them, Tottenham, and Leyton Orient. Now, Leyton Orient are literally around the corner. Tottenham, as you've seen already in the vlog, have built their own new stadium, and West Ham used to play at the bowling ground, otherwise known as Upton Park. So when the London Legacy Group got hold of this stadium after London 2012, they were like, right, we need to rent this stadium out to someone. And they were the three football clubs they had to choose from. So they did the bidding process, and West Ham won it. So West Ham got the stadium. And that decision has probably hurt West Ham fans more than anything else. I mean, West Ham fans will tell you that Upton Park has got a better atmosphere than that place. I mean, some football fans have been here and actually said, you're miles away from the pitch and it's not a very good atmosphere anyway. And when you look at it on, like, if you watch Match of the Day and you see a home game for West Ham United, you can tell you're miles away from the pitch. So it's not really a football stadium. Now, a similar ground to that one was the one that was built in Manchester for the Commonwealth Games. But when the Commonwealth Games were finished in Manchester, what did they do? They dug up the athletics track, they dug up the centre, they dug an extra stand down, and they put the stadium in the bottom, so it was then 3 tiers. And that is a better football stadium than the Olympic Stadium in London could ever be. And I feel really sorry for West Ham, because Upton Park, so I've been told, was one of the greatest away days you could have in the Premier League. But I might come back here eventually and see what this is actually like. So if you asked a football fan, what is England's greatest footballing achievement? They would probably say the 1966 World Cup. And there's one club that take the greatest pleasure in saying that. West Ham United. Why? Because they had playing for them at the time the England goal scorers Geoff Hurst and Martin Peters, and the England captain Bobby Moore. This club helped England win its first, and so far only, World Cup. Now, before the 1966 World Cup, the Jules Rimet Trophy, which was the World Cup trophy at the time, was stolen before the World Cup. A dog named Pickles recovered it, and England went on to win it. In 1970, the Jules Rimet Trophy was given to Brazil because they won it 3 times. Then in 1983, it was stolen, and it's never been recovered since. So, that's West Ham done. Left today, we're gonna do about 3 more stadiums today, and then we're gonna close out the vlog at the last stadium and see who those 3 are. So which team do you suppose played their home games just round the corner from Fulham Broadway station? If you just said Chelsea, you got it right. Welcome to Stamford Bridge. So, Chelsea. The team bought by Roman Abramovich, which became London's first, and so far only, Champions League winning team. And in 2021, they're in the final again, against my team, Manchester City. So they've got the chance to add another Champions League to their already impressive haul. Well, Manchester City can add their first. I'll certainly be watching that game. This is as close as I can get to the main part of Chelsea Stadium. You see there's a honours list on the middle, and the flag at the top is the Chelsea emblem with the pride of London on it. So we can officially say part of the Jeans Up Johnny Topical vlog has officially been made in Chelsea. Fulham Cottage, home of Fulham Football Club, otherwise known as the Cottagers. Now, interesting fact about this club is their previous owner was the previous owner of Harrods, Mohammed Al Fayed, and there was also, while he was in charge of the club, he put a statue up. Now, a statue outside of a football ground is nothing new. I mean, United have done it, Arsenal have done it, quite a few other clubs have done it. But Fulham didn't put up a footballer. Fulham put up Michael Jackson. That's right, the chart-topping singer, Michael Jackson. That statue is now gone and is now in the National Football Museum in Manchester. And Mohammed Al Fayed is also gone, and it's now owned by the Khan family, who own the Jacksonville Jaguars. And up until a couple of weeks ago, they were a Premier League club. However, they are now relegated to the Championship. Wonder how long it's going to be before this famous old ground on the banks of the Thames is out of the Premier League and in the Championship. So, that's Fulham done. One team left to go. For today, we're at Putney Bridge Underground Station and we're going towards Edgware Road. Can you name the club I'm going to next? The Kian Prince Foundation Stadium, home of Queen's Park Rangers. Now, you may be wondering, why does a club name a stadium after a person? Well, Kian Prince was a Queen's Park Rangers academy prospect. However, he was fatally stabbed while trying to save someone else from being bullied. And he was part of the Queen's Park Rangers Academy. As a mark of respect, they named the stadium after him and the foundation that was set up in his honour. The Queen's Park Rangers were the club that probably the greatest moment in Premier League history occurred against. Everyone I think remembers where they were when Sergio Aguero scored that goal to get Manchester City their very first Premier League title. And I was there to see that happen. And that will just about do it for today's vlog here outside the Kian Prince Stadium. I do hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share and comment and hit the subscribe button as we're at the top of the channel. And from me in the coffee cup, we'll see you in the next one.